How is it now, guys? Much better? Are we better? Yeah, cable's better. I should have just put the right cable on in the first place. This is usually a cable issue around here. All right, sorry guys. I knew this was a problem and I didn't fix it anyway. Oh, I was trying so hard. This was the week of no technical issue. Yeah, I know you're coming through the goddamn fucking TikTok. Y'all don't get good audio. Go to YouTube. Be adults. Watch this like a damn adult. All right. I'm glad I respected that the mic was fucked up this week, because last week I think we were actually listening to speaker audio the entire time. Anyways, it's fine. Whatever, dude. I'm doing the best I can. This is not a full-time job. I got so much shit to do. Be doing this shit. Anyway, all right. So I listened to the kick in. Let's go back to it because now I'm distracted. Sounds like a kick in. Cool. Sub kick. Sounds like a sub kick. Snare. Nice. Sounds like shit. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Clearly, we're on a time crunch and I didn't check to see what was going on with that. It don't sound so good. We'll deal with it. Toms. Doesn't look like there is one. Maybe this one is a tom. That's it. One tom at the very end is all it is. That's funny. Overheads. Little crunchy, but they sound good. What's on here? Nothing much. Okay, cool. So how am I going to deal with all of this? Now that snare is pretty crunchy, and it is a bit of an issue. I cannot do much with that without sacrificing. Now, I think in the overall context of it, because the overheads sound good, now, in the context of the whole mix, it doesn't sound too bad, right? It's not the worst. But in fairness, it's probably not my favorite thing to have. And also, I knew I did that because it gets way better later. Here's later in a different song. Yeah, it's a lot better. Still got a ring to it, but it's not as crunchy as the other one is. So here's what I would do. Guess what I got right here? Maybe not there, maybe somewhere else. Let's find it. There's probably somewhere where this happens, right? There's got to be a place where we get just a snare, nothing else really bleeding into it. Let's see. These all the same song. Oh, that was a great one right there. Good enough anyway. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna get this good old snare shot right here. Zoom in on it. I'm going to separate it. I'm going to put baby ass fades on it. I'm going to take all of it off, actually. I don't need any extra. Still got a little bit more than I want. Perfect. Ooh, perfect. What? I'm not sure how about that. Anyway. Then I'm going to option 3, Shift Command K. We're going to make that. We're going to choose wherever in the hell my trigger sample is. So what I'm doing right now, trigger to library is what I'm looking for. I'll put this guy right up in this. Export. Bam. And now I have a clean snare sample from the sample that I actually used, the actual snare that I was using, and I'm fixing the one that I screwed up, which is here. Now, I'm going to duplicate this because there's probably a good chance that I'm going to want to do something else with it that might be, maybe I do kind of like the grittiness of that old one, so maybe that's a thing, but I'm going to come down here. Where is Slate at? I'm so hard. So I'm Steven Slate, trigger 2. And now we're going to go into our browser. We're going to refresh, and snare.50. Bam. There's our snare. We will put this into triggering. Let's get rid of this for now. That's not going to work. Why is this not changing? Can I hear what is going on with this? All right, so working, sort of. I'm not in love with it, and I don't want to spend too much time on it, so I'm probably just going to abandon it because the dynamics of it is not allowing me to really get... the next step is I got to go through and cut out all the snares, which I don't really want to do because they're all like coming in so smashed and shitty. I guess I can fix it. It's not that off, actually. It's getting pretty close, actually. But I don't know. Maybe I'm feeling lazy for this. So let's just not worry about it for now. But that's usually my solution. And then I would chop out all the other pieces. So let's just real quick make this inactive. We're going to go back to dealing with the rest of the kit as it is. So first, also, one thing I'm always going to check is phase between things. Now, I killed it usually and almost always do. Might as well check, though. Definitely correct. I don't understand how now all of a sudden y'all are talking about a delay and latency. I'm going to figure this out. Unity record settings, hardware, input, that's off. That should be fine. Yeah, I don't know, man. Whatever. I don't give a shit. We're back to me not caring about stuff. All right. So, phase is good. I can get rid of this. Pro G, I'm going to go to a gate now because I think these are both great. With a gate, I am going to put the attack all the way down, and I'm going to listen to it to get the release right. Nice. No, I understand it's not latency. It's latency somewhere in the situation. You know what I'm saying? All right. You fucking... Oh, I'm going to fucking put my fucking foot up all your asses is what I'm going to do. I put a mute button. I put a mute button. I put a mute button. The problem is I can't turn the mic on and not have the shit going. God damn it. Can't talk while the music's playing, jackass. I'll have to do this literally with headphones, and I'm not going to do it. It's literally the dumbest shit ever. I fucking hate wearing headphones to mix. It's like, I'm not going to do it. It's not going to sound good. So you're either going to have to fucking hire an AV guy in here to come in and figure out exactly when my mic should turn on and off, or eat bags of dicks and get over it. Am I still going over here? Oh, yeah, I am. Sometimes I forget TikTok, you know what I'm saying? Okay, all right, so this is my job. I'm doing jobs. Pro G. Oh, I totally understand what's going on, sort of. What is... No, that's not it. Wait, where is... I'm seeing it happen on the screen is what's confusing. I want to know. It's not. Why is it latent then on my screen? It's actually, I think, Pro Tools that's slower than everything else. Damn, dude. I forget how much I care or don't care about this. Y'all will figure it out. It'll be fine. All right. Listen to that. Pro G doing its job with very minimal effort. That's one of my favorites. I really do enjoy that. I like plugins that do their job with the least amount of effort. So, all right, let's just pretend we don't have Slate and we're going to deal with this snare like we're going to deal with this fucking snare, because sometimes you just get some shitty stuff. It just happens. Sometimes I record shitty stuff and then I just fix it later. Seems like I was doing what I could here. All right. It's like, just cut everything. Just get rid of the whole snare. Oh, God. Okay, so here's the rule. If you can't make it better, you make it worse. All right, so we're going to throw this Saturn on here and see if we can, find some frequency in here that's not tonally shitty like that and makes that snare sound better. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, and probably pretty good. Let's hear it with... Yeah, now that's actually pretty good with the overs going. It kind of is doing what it needs to do. I'm taking a look. Now, if I received this with somebody else's EQ on it, I would take a gander at their EQ, but I would not hold it to be the word of God. Because real talk, you can not always trust other engineers to be good. It's just the fact of what it is, you know? Man, I don't know what's going on, man. I'm so sick of fucking trying to fix fucking goddamn problems on the internet, I swear to God. Like, you know what I did? I spent 2 hours today upping my production quality. Do you see this? When I look at my screen, you're looking almost at my face because I put the damn camera by the damn screen. I spent time getting this shit together today, and it's still crappy. Ah! I fucking hate everything. Do you know how hard it is to be a human? I did not get into this industry to figure out how to use YouTube. God damn it. I tested this stuff. You know what it is? It's probably this. I bet you it's this cable that now that this is working, I bet you that like, all right, hold on a second. I'm going to testing things on the YouTubes, testing things on the YouTubes, testing things on the YouTubes. Testing things on the YouTubes, testing things on the YouTubes. Nice. That's not the delay you guys are hearing though. What the fuck? Ah! I have no idea how to solve this problem. I don't know. Whatever. I want to hear what y'all are hearing. I want to know. I want to know. But also, simultaneously, I am almost incapable of giving a shit. I knew it. I was like, every week I'm dealing with like a, but it sounds bad. It's like, God damn it, fucking, you know how fucking work this fucking shit is? I swear to God, I'll quit this industry right now. I even tested it to make sure it sounded good. I don't know, bro. Somebody, you know what made me really mad was last week, somebody messaged me to let me know that, hey man, if you use Mute-O-Matic, it'll automatically mute it every time you hit play. And I'm like, oh my God, I appreciate people trying to help out and everything, but like, I know how to like use stuff, you know? Like it's not a lack of me knowing how to use the stuff or the plugins that exist. It's like they just do not, like I'm like the only person doing this thing and it just doesn't fucking work, you know? It just doesn't work all the time. Anyway. So moving on. These are drums. Back to drums. I'm mixing this live. I'm gonna get this done. I'm a half hour into this mix. I'm gonna finish this fucking mix. I swear to God. I'm gonna tell you, everybody that fucking does production streaming uses fucking headphones. Ugh, it's so annoying. So annoying. Anyway, I don't know, man. Here's Wonderwall. All right, so as I would normally do, I got this bus. I'm starting to notice that as I'm getting, even the overheads seem to be a bit crunchy. And even if I push any of it, I'm automatically into like, just in that zone where it's starting to feel crunchy. So... So I'm definitely going to turn my snare down in this whole overall mix because it's still giving me a bit of crunch. And the overheads aren't actually that bad. It was mostly the crunch of the snare. So let's solve some of this stuff. Now, the toms are not adding anything really in the scope of things, right? They're basically just two things. So I am not going to bother addressing them in any way, shape, or form. Muting them doesn't really make sense to me. They were there whenever I tracked them. There's probably one tom fill in the whole thing or something. I mean, I could just do this and just delete this whole one. There's nothing there. I guess I could leave that close, just that. Now, normally, whenever I'm doing drums, I'll do some parallel saturation. But in this situation, I probably don't need to worry about it because it's already pretty saturated from its bad recording job that I did. It was my friend's band. We were drunk pretty early. It's fine. Sounded good at the time. Happens sometimes. The question was, do you gate your toms or do you like the bleed from them? I typically like the bleed from my toms. I typically think that they belong in there. It just depends on what it's doing once you affect the toms. If your toms are getting like all sorts of processing on them, then it's going to affect all the stuff that's happening whenever they're not being played, which is probably one of the most annoying parts of the whole thing. So typically, I'm going to probably not like gate them too much, but I also am not going to process them too much. All right. Now you notice whenever I was just flicking my SSL compressor here on and off the bypass switch, I was basically just making sure that I'm not changing the gain stage of this whole thing. I don't want it to get louder. I don't want it to get quieter whenever I'm mixing, because it's like then you're just adding a new thing into the process. It's all right if you know you're turning it up louder, but if you don't know that you're turning it up louder, you're just doing a thing somewhere that you're like going to confuse yourself of whether it's better or not. This is better because I listened to it and it sounded better. It's bringing up the attack. It's bringing up all the snap of the drum set. It's putting it all, smashing it all together a little bit. I like it. Usually when I'm doing drums, I am also very quickly to get bass involved as well. So here's drums and bass. Now, I recorded this, so I know we just did a DI in. It was a nice, good bass player, nice bass, but I just did DI in, so I definitely want to grab some saturation and make it feel like a real amp. I love this B15. The B15 in real life is good. The B15 right here is good. I like them all. So... but I am going to, the bass on this is always so egregious. The bass from the B15, like if you turn this, whatever default is, I don't understand. Like I wish defaults just could be changed because I want my defaults to be not so fucking insane every time I open a plugin. It's like, stop changing the sound of my fucking plugin the second, or my track the second I put your plugin on. I just like, I hate whenever that's like, it's just, don't crank the shit out of the bass. Like listen to this. Like, you could literally turn this bass all the way down and it would not be... bass. I think I had the thing up. Anyway, it starts with so much bass. It's stupid. I hate it. So I'm gonna adjust it, and play with it a little bit. I want it to sound like an amp, but not like, you know. I don't want to overthink it. All right, so after that, I would definitely put an LA2A. LA2A plus bass equals success 90% of the time. You're probably not wrong if you just put on an LA2A with a little bit of reduction and bam. Now, something that's cool about the LA2A, it is not compressing the shit out of it. And it's cool. All right, so check this out. So when you talk about an LA2A versus any other compressor, all right, look how much the gain reduction scale is here, right? It's 0, 1, 2, 3. It's logarithmic, obviously, but it's like, look how big, or how little, I should say, this actually compromises, right? Comprises, not compromises. Sorry, I'm an asshole. In comparison to like the DBX 160, why didn't you show me a DBX 160? DBX 160. This goes to minus 40 dB of compression. This thing now will like compress the shit out of something, whereas like the LA2, sometimes I like compressors simply for the way that the meters show me, you know, it's like, it reminds me like I'm using this because I don't want to smash the shit out of something. If I was smashing the shit out of it, it's probably the wrong compressor for it, because that's not what it does. The LA2, although smashing it with the LA2A is kind of godly too, but mostly I'm thinking like, oh, I want to do this like in a little bit. I just want to touch it and it sound good. So the DBX 160 is hilarious, because that 40 dB, I might actually want 40 dB of compression. Sometimes I do. I don't know, man. And then I'm going to turn it up 40 dB too. Don't tell me. I'll do whatever I want. I am usually not tracking with any compression whenever I track. Anywhere, no matter where I'm going. I very rarely use much compression. I don't need to. It sounds awesome without it. All right. So let's listen to the B15 now with that LA2A on. Now, as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, these crashes are pretty egregious whenever they happen, aren't they? And the question is, how do I deal with them? Do I All right, so in actuality, I was thinking I was going to have to maybe do some like dynamic move or something, but this worked totally fine. Just cutting a little bit out, it's all good. Sounded great. So I am guaranteeing, though, 100% I am guaranteeing I will come back later and bring that back up a little bit, because that's who I am. All right, so I'm going to move all these vocals down to the bottom, because I fucking hate having vocals in the mix early. I'm going to start selectively unmuting things one at a time. All right, so here we are. Guitars next. Super quiet. I'm just going to go ahead and gain this up because no point in even bothering with any other conversation here. Now, a lot of times I'm making moves with the knowledge of what it's going to do. I don't need to think about things a lot because I know what I'm gonna end up with. Like, this guitar is not supposed to be a main feature, and I just turned it up a bunch, but this guitar is holding down the rhythm. So I am not going to rely on this a lot. It's going